Alright, so we've got Immortal Legend Batman issue number 4, and this has Batman facing off against an iconic Batman villain, but with a twist. So the issue opens up with Bruce and Alfred's ship being attacked by these weird wing-based creatures, and it's hard to say what exactly they are. I mean, they look sort of reptile-y, but they've also got these like harpy wings to them. And it's hard to describe what they are exactly, but they're attacking the ship while they're trying to land on the planet. Hey there guys, Future Ash here. I'm slicing this somewhere into the video and hopefully it's not too awkward. So those weird reptile things I caught earlier, I believe they're actually vines, but somehow Poison Ivy has brought them to life because looking at them closely, you can sort of see how their mouths are opening up. They definitely look like vines that are somehow brought to life with Poison Ivy's powers, or the Poison Man's powers in the end. I don't know if I'm right, I don't know if I'm wrong. Maybe Kyle or Matt will correct me in the nearby future, but I think those are vines brought to life and not weird reptile-looking creatures in the end. So Bruce has the idea to say, hey, I'm going to jump out, you take the ship out of orbit, Alfred, and I'll see what's going down there. So you get this amazing page where Bruce jumps out of the ship and he henshins while falling down, and it's really freaking amazing. Not only that, it looks like he kicks one of the creatures while he's dropping down, and if that's the case, that's even more awesome. So Bruce jumps down and he transforms into Immortal Legend Batman to check what exactly is going on with this planet. And the planet he's on is a massive jungle. Now, I kind of knew who Batman would be dealing with in issue 4 because of the solicitations, and then when the cover dropped, that kind of confirmed it, but we are dealing with Poison Ivy here. And as soon as Bruce jumps on the planet, he notices that his senses are messed up. So he's barely able to track down the Shadow with his abilities, so he has to do it the old-fashioned way. And what we see on the next page is freaking insane. So Batman encounters a giant grizzly bear. This thing is like massive and its eyes are glowing red. You see it sort of eating its prey and it's sort of ripped it apart. You see the bone and the flesh coming out. It's really freaking gruesome. But not only that, it's got this shadow-like aura to it. So Batman confronts it. He throws his batarangs to it and we get this awesome panel where Batman throws his batarangs and he just pierces right through the stomach of the bear. It is gruesome, it is cool, I gotta say, it's lovely to see. It's like an amazing artwork done by Erica here. So then on the next page, we finally meet our villain of the month, and that is Poison Ivy, or the Poisoned Man, as we soon find out later on in the issue. And I gotta say, like, I was not expecting Poison Ivy in this series to be a dude. It was a pretty interesting twist because, you know, I've always associated Poison Ivy as, you know, that sexy plant lady. And here you've got this, like, himbo dude of a guy, really beefed up. They've got the chest open here. They've sort of got the explorer vibe going on. So, yeah, I see what they're doing here. And it's an interesting twist that I dig. It's a really cool character design, I will say that. So Bruce follows Poison Ivy through the forest, and we end up having this scene where Bruce starts having flashbacks as the poison starts infecting his mind, and he's trying to fight it off. So we see his past again when he was a child, where after his parents died, where he was alone. So that's kind of reflecting on what Bruce has been doing throughout this series. He's sort of been a loner that drifts from place to place, and I get the feeling we'll probably explore more on that flashback later down the line as the series goes on. But again, this is another flashback of how Bruce has been alone for the longest time, and sort of he's been this loner where he didn't have many friends after his parents passed away. But you have this scene where it looks like Bruce is going to get defeated by the Poisoned Man, and I gotta say, their shadow form looks really freaking cool. Like a dude wrapped in vines that's just got abs, and you've got the red hair that Poison Ivy's had. So this is a guy with this long red hair, so it's pretty cool. It's a really cool freaking design. So Bruce is barely able to fight off this guy, and you have this scene where it looks like Bruce is going to lose, and you have this moment where Poison Ivy or the Poison Man is teasing Bruce by saying, oh, you've always done things alone, you've always been a loner, you never asked for help, and now you're going to die here. And you have this moment where Batman's like, yeah, I don't usually ask for help, but you're wrong because I actually asked for help before I got here. And then you have this panel where you have this satellite sort of looming over the planet, and this giant beam comes down and freezes the place. And Bruce then delivers a rider kick or a Batman kick or a bat press to Poison Ivy, and I gotta say it's really freaking cool. So that's that panel done, that's that part of the section done where Bruce is able to deal with the Poison Man in this issue. But here is where we get a little bit of lore moving forward. So after that, it then cuts to Bruce being back on sort of the satellite or back on the ship, and we're introduced to the Frozen Man, who is this world's version of Mr. Freeze in this universe. And the design looks really freaking cool. It's like a giant mecha man. It's it's so like, I don't know how to describe it properly, but it's like a dude in a mecha suit in a way. And I gotta say, it looks really cool. And the reason why they're working with Bruce is because Bruce spared them and saved their life. So it looks like they're trying to turn their life around. But on the next page, we're introduced to something that is definitely going to be a game changer, definitely going to be a big moving plot point moving forward. And we're introduced to something called Henchonite. And I gotta say, I freaking love the name. So we see this stone or this metal called Henchonite, and it's so rare that not many people in the universe possess it unless they're a part of Luthor Unlimited. So that just kind of confirms that we've got other DC characters within this universe, Superman being one of them. And learning that there's Luthor Unlimited out there means, is there a possibility we could see Immortal Legends Superman or Superman within this universe? Like, if we get a sequel, I really hope we see other DC characters showing up in this universe. One thing I see a lot in my comment section is people want to see Matt and Kyle's take on other DC characters within the Immortal Legend universe, within this Elseworld story. And I would like to see that as well. I like their twist. I like their takes on iconic Batman characters or DC characters we've seen throughout this miniseries. So maybe they're teasing something we'll see in the next couple of issues, because Batman does say at the end of the sort of main story is that he's going to go back to Gotham. So we'll see where that's going to go moving forward. So in the last few pages, we finally have our backstory catching up with our main story, where Batman reunites with his Robins. And one of the things we learn about why Batman has disappeared for so many months, why he's sort of been on his own for so long, and why he's sort of separated himself from his Robins. So we find out that a few months ago, there was a shadow attack and Batman wasn't able to save these kids' parents. And eaten up by the guilt, Batman realized he couldn't save everyone. So he began studying and sort of meditating and focusing. And he realized that he wanted to purge himself of his weaknesses, so then he could probably find a permanent solution to the shadows and end it once and for all. Instead, he created the most dangerous shadow ever to exist. So no idea who exactly this shadow is that he's talking about. It could be a reflection of himself. It could be the Joker. I'm not entirely sure. But we'll see what's going to happen moving forward within the next couple of issues. So this powerful shadow that Bruce created is out there somewhere, and we're probably going to find out who it is in next month's issue. So the issue ends with Batman reuniting with his Robins, and he does apologize for pushing them away, but now we realize he must work together to face off against this threat that we'll probably see in the next issue. So with that said, I'm going to bring this review, bring this recap, bring this discussion of Immortal Legend Batman to a close, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.